Alaska is awesome, and one of the things that I've discovered after living here for years is that every community up here is going to be unique and is going to have kind of its own flavor. So that's awesome that we really do have that up here, and it's really obvious once you get to the community. Okay, so whether you are looking to move up here, or maybe you're just curious, you're trying to plan some kind of a trip, these are going to be my top 5 favorite cities and towns up here in Alaska. And keep in mind, these are my personal favorites, so I'm not trying to slight anybody. So make sure before we get started, you give this video a like and that you subscribe to my channel to receive more information like this in the future. And without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into this. I'm going to go in alphabetical order for these cities, so just to make sure that nobody feels slighted. So number 1 on the list is going to be Anchorage. This is going to be the largest city in Alaska. It has 291,500 people who live there. So as far as cities goes, not really a huge metropolis, but land-wise, this city is enormous, okay? It is really about 50 miles across is really how big it is. So land-wise, this is an enormous city. Now the good thing about Anchorage is you do have the convenience of a large city while still having quick and easy access to coastal trails, hiking, fishing, all the stuff that people are attracted to when they're moving to Alaska. Another good thing about Anchorage is it's located perfectly to go south into the Kenai or north if you're wanting to go a little further inland. Personally, my favorite community within Anchorage is going to be Eagle River. It's one of the suburbs, and it has great local shops and restaurants with the actual river of Eagle River kind of flowing through it. So from here you do have access to the Eagle River Nature Center, Mount Baldy, the Bear Paw Festival that happens every year, easy access to great hiking trails or skiing in the winter as well. And lakes are also all around the place, so if you're into canoeing or kayaking, that's a great option as well. So number 1 is going to be Anchorage. Number 2 is going to be Fairbanks, and this is going to be the largest city that you're going to find north of Anchorage. It has just a little over 31,000 people that live there, so it's great because it's really close to the Denali National Park, and it's going to be a pretty beautiful location. The people who do live here, they do endure some of the most brutal temperature swings of anywhere in the state. Usually they win the summer's record for the hottest and the winter's record for the coldest. So they're going to be pretty hardy people, but the good thing about that is they're always going to be up for fun. They do have hot springs that are near there. They have the Ice Sculpture Museum, and it's right there with the Yukon River, and the Arctic Circle is going to be about 200 miles away. I'm going to say the road is very bumpy getting out there, so just be aware of that. Number 3 is going to be Juneau. This one's a bit of a brainer. It's the state capital, so again, that should be a no-brainer. This city has about 32,000 people that live in it. It's not accessible by any way but flying in or taking the ferry or boat there. It is really beautiful. It does have a really fun kind of setup where it's got kind of a lot of the state buildings and businesses are on one side of this almost like a canal that's going to be going between 2 mountains. I know there's a more specific word for that, and if you have it, definitely drop that in the comments down below. But then you go over a bridge over this body of water, whatever that is, and on the other side you're going to have where a lot of the houses are for the city. And the cool thing about that is you do actually get a number of killer whales, seals, and other sea life that are going to be right there, and they're going to kind of go right up that inlet. So that's really fun. Juneau's a lot of fun as well because they do have some attractions there, and if you're into politics, that's going to be a good place to go check out as well. So number 3 is going to be Juneau. I'm really excited to talk about the last 2 cities on my list. In the meantime though, if you have a city that you would like to go and visit, make sure that you drop that down below, and be happy to compare notes and see what I can tell you about that particular city. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on to the last couple of cities that are my personal favorites in Alaska. Number 4 is going to be Palmer. This is going to be quintessential small town Alaska. There's only about 7,300 people that live here, and it's going to be kind of not going to say a lowland, but more or less it's going to be kind of flat there as far as Alaskan standards of flat goes, and it's going to be surrounded by these enormous, bigger than life mountains all around you. So that's really nice. Palmer really does have a real history when it comes to agriculture, because it was part of the New Deal where they were going to try to send a lot of folks up here to Alaska to try to develop the agriculture up here. So you can still see evidence of that legacy even to this day with rusty farm equipment here or there, or you're going to see farms. You usually don't think about farms in Alaska, but you're going to see that. So it's really a cool little area, and like I said, it's going to be quintessential small town Alaska. So it's going to have a really kind of a slow-paced feel to it, really relaxed and laid back, and usually it stays pretty low-key. So that's good. Palmer's awesome. Number 5 of my top 5 favorite cities in Alaska has got to be Seward. If you love small town life and you're just looking for somewhere quiet to kind of get away, then Seward is going to be the place for you. There are only 2,700 people that live in this small town over in the Kenai Peninsula, and I mean it's going to be pretty bare bones. You're not going to find like a mall or anything like that, obviously. But if you're looking for that small town feel, and you want to be close to the ocean, and you want to see these big glorious mountains all around you, and you want to have that kind of small town quaint feeling, and Seward's going to be a great option. I go there quite a bit, even when I'm just trying to get away for a couple days, just kind of relax and recharge. So Seward is awesome, highly recommended. As a bonus, they do have a number of races. I believe it's Mountain Marathon, where they've got a big old steep mountain right there overlooking the town, and it's a 5K, and people just run up the mountain and run back down. And every year someone's going to fall down on that slate rock. That's just how it rolls there. So these have been my top 5 favorite cities in Alaska, and if one of your top 5 isn't on this list, make sure you comment it down below, and I'll be happy to talk about that. And if you have any cities where you'd like to know some more information about it, definitely post that down below as well, and be happy to talk about that a little bit, see if maybe I can give you some background information on that. If this has been useful for you, make sure that you give this video a like, and make sure that you subscribe to receive more information like this in the future.